All right, hey everybody, how are you? So tonight I'm going to talk just about a couple of things that are going on in the overall post-fast transformation reboot thingamajig, and just some kind of things that are I don't know, kind of interesting to me, of course. Probably not so much to you guys, but it's interesting to me. So I had a chance today. I did get out and get to run this morning. This morning was week 4 of the Couch to 10K app, and it consisted of a pretty serious segment. It went through and it pushed me this morning big time. I would say more so than any of the previous weeks have pushed me. This week was definitely the big week. I think, and it seems as though this week is the first real week where we're making a significant shift in the amount of time that we're spending actually running versus walking. So, from what I can recollect, and unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly because it's on here, on the thing that's doing the recording, so I can't tell you exactly what the timing was, but what I recollect is a 5-minute warm-up, a 3-minute run, a 2.5-minute walk, a 5-minute run, another 2.5-minute walk, 3-minute, 2.5, 5-minute, and then finished out with a 5-minute cool down. Now, I don't know if that's exactly correct, but it was times this morning where at least twice where I was going for the full 5 minutes. And what I found was kind of interesting. My pacing changes. One, pacing changes big time. But two, the other thing that I generally noticed as I went through this morning was I tend to fall back into a heel-toe sort of gait and sort of push. But in the overall of today, I ran 2 apps this morning. I had Couch to 10K going, so it was telling me when to walk and run. And then I ran my my pacing program, essentially, which is Runtastic right now. I'm not sure how well I like it. I don't want to upgrade to Pro. And the person talking in my ear is obnoxious. Like, I really kind of want to turn it off. It's a robotic British female. It's not a real person's voice. It's like a typed in response and said with, I don't know, it's obnoxious. So overall time on things today, it was 4.61 kilometers, which is just under 3 miles. It was like 2.8 or 2.78 or something like that. I did that in about 35 minutes, and according to everything, I burned about 668 calories. So it was pushing it for me. But what I found was interesting. My pace, I felt like my pace was a lot slower, but my time was longer overall. And I've been doing a little bit of reading that seems counterintuitive. It says to go faster or go slower to go faster. Essentially improve your overall pacing, run at a little bit slower pace, but run more sustained, so you're not breaking down and not changing things and not, being kind of herky-jerky in your speeds. That way you're not speeding up and slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. It's just the same pace as you go. So I'm working on that a little bit, working on breathing, working on some other things. One of the things that will really help me with that is, and I seriously, guys, the kind of support that I get from you all is unbelievable to me. And I don't know which one of you guys did it. And I mentioned this on Facebook the other day. But seriously, I cannot possibly thank you enough. I've been trying to figure out how I was going to get some decent running shoes. One second. This is what I've been running in. These are my kick around the house, work in the yard, basically whatever I can use shoes. They're New Balance, so they're kind of a running brand a little bit. They're a 411 all-terrain. You buy a Bi-Mart for like $40. They're super cheap and they're comfortable. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like New Balance shoes. I really do. They're a really comfortable shoe. And these are a little bit wider than normal. I think these are a 2E maybe, but they're size 12, maybe a 2E. I don't know. But anyway, this is what I've been running in for the last little bit. And to this point, 4 weeks worth of running 3 days a week, I really haven't had any issues with my legs, with my knees, anything. Muscles are building up pretty good. And I haven't had any issues with shin splints. And I talked to Gus recently. He's really having shin splints bad, and had to go out a couple days and wasn't able to run. But thanks to, seriously, some folks, I don't know if they went together on it or if this was one person or what. I wasn't able to place the handwriting. I tried to see if I could figure it out. But I got a card in the mail the other day with $150 cash in it that said, go and get your running shoes. So I went down to Gallagher's tonight, and these are the new running shoes. Also New Balance. Like I said, I like New Balance. These are a 2E width. They're a size 12. The brand name, I wrote it down, they're an 860. So they're the New Balance 860 version 4, and they're a stability shoe. And it was interesting because the lady fit me specifically with these shoes. So she fit me specifically with these as we went through, and she had me run without them to begin with and checked the pronation, and I was pronating slightly. She put me in some neutral shoes, regular basic shoes, and when I went and ran, definitely, as I came down hard, I was coming down and rolling, coming down and rolling. She put these on me and said, it's perfect. And between this and like 4 or 5 other brands of shoes, these were the ones that to me fit the best. So from the bottom of my heart, whoever you were, thank you so very much, seriously. I can't even tell you how much that helped out. So I really do appreciate it. And so I'm really actually looking forward to getting out and getting those on and getting some miles in them. So does that sound weird coming out of my face? It really does sound weird coming out of my face. It sounds really weird coming out of my face. That I'm looking forward to putting shoes on and going out and putting miles on said shoes. What's wrong with me? What's happened? What has happened to me? That's a good thing overall. So once again, thank you. Thank you to those, to whomever you were. I truly appreciate it. I really, really do. And now I get to run around in these puppies instead of the other black ones, so I'm kind of excited about that. They just make me look faster. That's the important. I don't care if I am faster. I just feel faster. That's the important thing. Okay, so enough on the running stuff for today. I also had a doctor's appointment this week. So I went in and I had a couple weeks, week before last? I can't remember. Friday of, not last week before last. So basically the Friday essentially right after the fast was over with, or the next Friday, however that ended up working out. I went in and I got blood work done. And we compared the pre-fast to the post-fast blood work and kind of was interested to see kind of how things went. According to the doctor, as we sat down and talked, the fast was really, really good for my liver. All of my liver enzymes are down. They weren't outside of normal range. They weren't outside of, they were well within the normal range for the liver enzymes. However, he said they look unbelievably healthy based on these post-fast results. So the fast was really, really good for my liver. It cleaned things out really well. My AST and ALT and all that stuff is down. The bilirubin, however, this is kind of the interesting thing. The bilirubin is still a concern. So it was not as good for my gallbladder. Now, it's not in any danger of rupturing. In fact, it went from well elevated above normal into the normal range, but it's still really high. And he was surprised by that. He figured that it would have cleaned out the gallbladder as well and things would have been okay. So I've been scheduled for an ultrasound on that. I got to go in and kind of have things looked at. We're going to find out when this puppy's due. That's right. No, we're going to go in and find out whether or not there are gallstones in my gallbladder. I'm so excited. I'm not excited, but whatever. The good news is the ultrasound will confirm it one way or the other. There it is. So that's kind of nice. The other thing that we found that was really, really fascinating was he had me go on 2 supplements. He had me do vitamin B12. Apologize, my nose is itching all of a sudden. But he had me do vitamin B12 and he had me do vitamin D3. Now, my B12 results, right back up where they should be. All is well there. I'm going to continue taking the B12 supplement as time goes on. That's going to be something I add in and keep in. Now, the vitamin D3, I was found to be deficient in vitamin D3. I spent 40 days supplementing vitamin D3 daily as often as I remembered. I forgot on a couple of days, to be fair. But I forgot on this days for the vitamin B12 too, and it went up. Now, there's a difference between B12 and D3. D3, A, E, some of those are all fat soluble. Well, here's the problem. If my gallbladder is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, the fat soluble vitamins are not being uptaken. So the vitamin D3 results are essentially the same. I had 23 going in, or 22 going in, 23 coming out. Did next to nothing, and that was 4,000 international units a day. So until we get this gallbladder thing figured out, my vitamin D levels are not going to square. So the gallbladder needs to get squared away. And he thinks it's a possibility. Remember how he was complaining I was cold? He's thinking there's a possibility that I might be slightly hypothyroid. So my values from the first time around were So I'm doing iodine right now, just kind of looking to see if that strengthens it a little bit and see if that makes a little bit of a difference. But we're going to continue kind of exploring and seeing what we're dealing with here. So the other one that is not awesome, let me give you a couple more awesomes. All my blood counts were improved. My red blood cell count, my white blood cell count was down. Red blood cells were up, platelets were up. My blood was a little bit thinner, which is good. My blood pressure was down. I was in the elevated blood pressure range. I'm down. I was 120 over 80 when we checked the last time, so that's good. My pulse is down, actually. My heart rate, resting heart rate, indicates some greater cardiovascular health. I told him I was running. He said, well, there you go. So my heart is now getting used to the running, so I'm getting some better heart rate from that. So overall, the fast was a good thing. One thing else that's interesting is that I still have really, really, really high uric acid. Like inside reference range of normal, but well above the therapeutic value for gout patients, which, no bueno. I don't have any gout symptoms whatsoever. I don't notice any major joint pain of any kind. My feet don't hurt. My toes don't hurt. Everything is fine on gout. So there may be something else going on with that. Again, he thinks it may be thyroid related. So that's kind of the direction that we're kind of exploring now as we go. So it was good though. It was really interesting to see the before and the after results. I mean, obviously, yes, I've lost weight. Obviously, I feel better. Obviously, you know, I'm running and I'm doing all these other things that I wasn't doing before. But it's interesting to see on a molecular level and on a blood chemistry level that things really have improved. That this fast, yeah, it was drastic, yeah, it was crazy, but you know what? My body as a whole is better off for it. Better off for it. Now, a couple other pieces need to get ironed out, but that's not the fast fault. That wasn't ironed out beforehand. Get this gallbladder doing what it's supposed to be doing and life will be grand. So anyway, just thought I would share that with you guys today. Got a lot going on. Work right now is insane. Absolute chaos at work, which isn't helping. But I'm doing what I can to still, I haven't been to the gym all week. It's just been one thing after another. I got sick kids at the house. I've been having to come home and watch the kids and not go in. And it's been nuts. So at least I'm running. And that's the one like constant in my exercise life is getting out in the mornings and running. So once again, anyway, thank you guys seriously so much for all of your support, all of your kind words and encouragement and everything else. Some of my high school kids came back today to visit after finals and were just blown away. I mean, they could definitely notice the difference between the old me and the new me, you know. And so that was cool. That was a nice bolster, kind of a shot in the arm for the encouragement meter a little bit, which is good. But I do really, truly appreciate everybody's support, and I just, please continue. I really appreciate it. This process is about a 2-year process as well as I see it, so it's going to be a while. But thank you so much, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next video. Cheers.